The heart estate smells like pine and cinnamon, but it might as well be formaldehyde. I'm standing in the middle of the living room, holding a cream-colored gift box wrapped in silk ribbon, staring at what my family thinks is hilarious. A lifetime VIP membership to a dating app for desperate singles over 30, plus a hardcover titled How to Find Happiness When You Die Alone. Before we continue, please subscribe to the channel and tell us where you're listening from. Sienna giggles first. Of course she does. The sound is high and sharp, bouncing off the vaulted ceiling like glass about to shatter. I saw it on TikTok, she says, blonde hair draped over one shoulder, engagement ring catching the firelight. 5 stars for women who've basically expired. My mother, Victoria, sits on the ivory sofa like a queen on a throne. Take it, Emily, she says. Your sister is just worried about your future. You can't live with plants forever. My father, Jonathan, doesn't look at me. He swirls bourbon in a crystal glass near the bar cart. His business partner, Edward Cross, in the armchair beside him. Liam, Sienna's fiancé, pretends to be glued to his phone. I close the box. My hands are steady. The cracking sound is inside my chest. 8 months ago, I sat at my table in Austin tying velvet ribbons on my wedding invitations. I reserved 2 front row chairs for Mom and Dad. I delayed the ceremony 30 minutes, staring at those empty seats. Told myself there'd been a mix-up. That FedEx was slow. That my parents hadn't forgotten. They hadn't forgotten. They'd erased me. We move into the dining room. The chandelier makes the crystal sparkle like we're inside an ad for a life I was never invited to. My youngest daughter, Mom announces, glass raised, will be married in February. A real event. 300 guests. The Cross-Heart Alliance. She aims the word properly at me like a bullet. Sienna has always done things properly. With grace. With consideration for family. My steak sits untouched. I can feel everyone waiting for the punchline. What about you, Emily? Mom turns, eyes bright with performative concern. You're almost 30. When is it your turn? I put my fork down. For once, I don't swallow it. I don't laugh it off. I'm not single, I say. I've been married for 8 months. Silence. Then Mom spits one word. Liar. Sienna gasps on cue. Are you really hijacking my engagement dinner with some fake marriage story? That's pathetic even for you. Dad finally looks at me. If you'd sent invitations, he says, you would have called when we didn't respond. You're doing this to embarrass us in front of the Crosses. And just like that, I see it clearly. They're not confused. They're rewriting history while I'm sitting here with the receipts. Under the table, I slide my phone out of my clutch and open my messages. Meow. Message delivered. Read. I take a breath and stop arguing like a daughter. I start thinking like what I am. An architect who knows exactly where to apply pressure to bring down a rotten structure. In the sitting room, the 80-inch smart TV above the fireplace is running a fake fireplace video. The real fire burns beneath it. Actually, I say, standing up, napkin falling to my chair. There's something everyone needs to see. Emily, sit down, Dad warns. I walk to the TV instead. You all remember what Noah does, right? Senior cybersecurity analyst. I tilt my head. And what I do? I designed this smart system. Installed every camera. Every sensor. You sign the paperwork, Dad. Remember. The screen flickers. The fake fire disappears, replaced by a desktop. Blue background. A small notification in the corner. Remote access. Emily_Hart_Edman. A folder appears in the center of the screen. Name, Project_Truth. Sienna's face drains of color. What are you doing? I turn, my voice calm for the first time all night. You say I never invited you to my wedding. I nod at the folder. Let's ask the house who's lying. The cursor on the TV moves like a ghost hand. Noah's hand, 2,000 miles away in our Austin apartment. First exhibit, I say. The folder opens. A FedEx receipt fills the screen. Shipper, Emily and Noah Reyes. Recipient, Hart Residence. Service, priority overnight. Date, February 12th. Signature, a dramatic looping Sienna Hart. That's my signature, Sienna snaps. So what? We get packages every day, brand deals, PR. True, I say. My voice sounds like it belongs to someone who stopped hoping a long time ago. Except this one had 4 velvet boxes inside. Wedding invitations. And you signed at 10:17 a.m. Mom's eyes dart between the screen and Sienna. Sienna. She's twisting things. Sienna turns to Liam, tears shimmering. Babe, she's always been obsessed with making me look bad. Next. I ignore her and nod at my phone. The screen switches to a Gmail settings page. Mom's account. A list of filters. One is flagged red. Filter name. Wedding_block. Condition. Subject contains. Emily plus wedding. Action. Delete forever. Skip inbox. Created. February 14th. IP address. Sienna's phone. I read it out slowly. No anger. Just facts. So Mom, any email with both Emily and wedding never reached you. Installed from Sienna's device 2 days after she signed for my invitations. Mom staggers back into her chair. I never saw anything. Sienna, you did this. I was protecting you, Sienna says quickly, grabbing for the lifeline. Her little barn wedding in Texas with mismatched chairs and mason jars. Dad's blood pressure, Mom's reputation. I just didn't want you humiliated. Protecting, I repeat. Interesting word. I nod at my phone. Final exhibit. The TV cuts to front door CCTV footage. February timestamp. FedEx truck. The driver rings. Sienna opens the door in leggings and a cropped hoodie, smiles, signs, takes the blue box. She reads the label. Her entire expression hardens. She doesn't open it. Doesn't peek. She walks straight around the side of the house, lifts the recycling lid, and throws the unopened box in. Like trash. Liam's chair screeches back. You threw your sister's wedding invitations away without even opening them? It was a mistake, Sienna cries. I wasn't thinking. No, I say quietly. You were thinking very clearly. Just not about anyone but yourself. Liam looks physically sick. I can't marry someone who sabotages her own sister's life and then lies about it for 8 months. He yanks the ring off her finger, sets it on the table with a click that sounds like a verdict. We're done. Mom lurches up. Liam, please, she only. Edward Cross stands face stone hard. Jonathan, he says, if this is how your family handles conflict and truth, then I have to question how you handle business. The merger, we're withdrawing. Dad actually sways. Edward, don't do this. We can talk. We just did, Edward says. Good night. They walk out. Door closes. The house feels suddenly much too big and very, very empty. Sienna swings toward me, mascara streaking. You ruined everything. I'll tell my followers you hacked us, that you're dangerous, unhinged. No, you won't. My voice is almost gentle. Because that video of you dumping a federally mailed package? That's mail tampering. Title 18, Section 1708. Up to 5 years in federal prison. I take a step closer. If you lie about me publicly, that footage goes straight to the authorities and every sponsor whose jewelry you flash on Instagram. Or Cartier. You think they want a federal investigation in their hashtag. Her mouth opens. Closes. She drops back into her chair like someone cut her strings. I pick up the cream-colored box with the app card and the Die Alone book, walk it around the table, and set it gently in front of her, right beside the abandoned ring. Keep it, I say. You need it more than I do. I leave the Hart estate without looking back. 3 days later in Austin, a FedEx envelope arrives. Inside, a $50,000 check in Dad's careful print and a typed note. I'm sorry. Please stay silent about the cross contract. I tear the check into confetti, arrange the pieces on the counter, snap a picture, and send it to the family group chat. I don't sell my silence. I'm gifting it to you as a parting gift. Do not contact me again. The dots appear. Disappear. I don't wait. I hit leave group. On New Year's Eve, I'm on Noah's parents' porch in Seattle, watching fireworks bloom over the city. Inside, his family is arguing about board games and spilling drinks, and pulling each other into hugs like it's the most natural thing in the world. Any regrets? Noah asks quietly, arm around my waist. I think about the empty chairs at my wedding, the shredded check, the group chat I walked out of, the house that smelled like pine and cruelty. Not one, I say. I'm not Emily Hart, backup daughter, anymore. I'm Emily Reyes, architect. I finally used everything I know about demolishing unsafe structures on the most dangerous building I'd ever lived in. My family.